Hello, everyone. Good morning, good day, good evening, whenever you're watching this. It's news and notes for Tuesday, August 12th. Um, Pretty basic today, but want to go through a couple of things. One doesn't really immediately pertain to the FPHL, but it could in time. It's a post that I found online, and I posted it on my Facebook page. I'd be curious to see what your take is on this. So please comment down below and let me know what you think. So, the Champions Hockey League, which is in Europe, they have decided for this upcoming year to do something that I think is long overdue for North American leagues as well, adopting what they're terming the no return rule for overtime. And that means just breaking it down into its simplest form here. If you are in overtime, of course, it's 3-on-3, so there's a lot of open ice. We have seen a team will gain possession of the puck and they do everything to maintain puck possession, including even if they have the puck down low near the goal, they'll just skate out very casually out past the blue line, out past the red line, oftentimes into their own zone, and it just wastes so much time. The puck possession has become something that teams crave uh, more than the speed, the potential speed that is there with the open ice. Um, and we have seen in every league a decrease in the amount of games that are settled in overtime, and then we see an increase of shootouts. And while I know some fans like the shootout, generally speaking, players are not keen on it. Whether you're a goalie or a shooter, most players would rather end the game, or they'd rather end it in regulation. But obviously, some games are going to go to extra time, and most players would prefer to end it there, because even though you might be confident in your shot, you could run up against a hot goalie, or maybe your goalie is just not having the best night, and you're leaving a lot up the chance for, in essence, a skills competition. So I think there needs to be a move for more leagues to say, yeah, we want to encourage our players to get this settled in the 5-minute overtime. The whole reason we went to 3-on-3 is to open up the ice, create more opportunities, and more and more players aren't taking that opportunity because they're looking for the perfect shot. And sometimes the perfect shot isn't there. So, anyway, the Champions Hockey League has adopted this rule. Can't go past, once you're in the attacking zone, you can't carry the puck out voluntarily past the blue line. If you do, the play is whistled dead. It's like an offside, and the ensuing face-off goes all the way into your defensive zone. Not something you really want to do. I like this rule. I think it's a good rule. I think it will encourage a lot more urgency in the overtime period, and I would love to see the Fed, the SP, the ECHL, the AHL, the NHL. I would love to see them all adopt it. So anyway, I don't know if or when that might happen. Right now, the Champions League is the first league that I am aware of that is doing this. So let me know what you think. Do you like that rule? Do you want it to stay the way it is? Let me know. Comment down below. All right, let's get into what we've had going on over the last few days, and that's just basically transactions. Not much behind the scenes stuff going on. So we had trades, and some I understand, and the one I don't. I don't. All right, the first trade, and I think this was a good one, was between, we'll skip down to here, was between the PD Ice Cats and the Danbury Hat Tricks. Okay, basically they swapped defensive men. Going from the Hat Tricks to PD is Xavier Abdella, who has been a fixture on the blue line for the Hat Tricks for 3-4 years now. Going the other way, Connor Craig, who you've seen me talking about on Facebook. I think he's an up-and-coming guy. Basically, this is a difference in philosophies as far as what kind of player do you want on your blue line? What type of player is more important to you? Is it a stay-at-home guy like Xavier Abdella? Abdella's not going to get on the scoreboard very often. He is a defensive specialist. And he's just wholly focused on making sure he is an asset to his goalie and his team, clearing the puck out of his own zone and making sure that the team can then turn something over into an offensive opportunity. Whereas Connor Craig, he's the guy that's going to put the puck on his stick and say, here we go. I'm going to lead the charge. I'm going to get the puck out of the zone, whether it be by carrying the puck or outletting it to my battery mate or to an open forward. I'm going to get the puck and move it up, and I'm going to then join the offensive rush. Connor Craig, 56 games played in his career, 29 points, 196 shots on goal. That's a lot of shots on goal for a defenseman. He, as he went on last year, he just got better and better and better. I saw rapid improvement with him. Xavier Abdella, 95 games played in his career, 23 points and a plus 22. Again, he's going to be that rock, that anchor in your zone. So, is this what each team wanted? Did they want to change their defensive philosophies, and that's why they did the switch? Perhaps. I think both teams ended up with good players. I think the ceiling is a lot higher for Connor Craig, and that is not a diss on Abdella. He is a fantastic guy. Fantastic blue liner. I would love to have him on my team, but I think Connor Craig gives you more options. So that's my take. The second trade that went on was just basically the rights. The Athens Rock Lobsters traded the rights to defenseman Robin Eriksson, who played in the SP last year, all year. Started off in Knoxville, moved to Evansville. They traded his rights to the Blue Ridge Bobcats for a cash consideration. And with the chances of a player playing in the Fed being low, not necessarily zero, but they're low, I think that's a good move. You don't give up a player. Here's some cash considerations, so you have money for your next travel, your next trip, your hotel bills, whatever. So there you go. There's that. And then the trade that happened as I'm recording it today. I'm recording this Monday evening. I don't get this. I just don't. First of all, now PD had obtained the rights to Tate Leeson about a month ago, but it was at that point listed as for future considerations. Well, the future considerations were announced today. And so we have Tate Leeson going to PD, his rights anyway, going to Watertown in exchange. You have Kevin Zabad, you have Andrew Uturo, and defenseman Mark Poser, who was just signed like a week ago by PD. So it's confusing. Last I knew, Tate Leeson wanted to be close to home, and that's why I only played 15 games for Watertown last year. He was in Canada taking care of family obligations, and he had a full-time job as well. So I think the chances of him playing in PD are slim to none. Then you have, going the other way, Kevin Zabad. He was looking forward to playing, I know for a fact, he was looking forward to playing for the Ice Cats this year. His wife is from the Florence, South Carolina area. So, it's kind of like new home, and he's up and traded. Is he going to report to Washington? To Watertown? I don't know. It just seems very strange. Andrew Uturo was picked up in the dispersal draft by PD. He split last year between Blue Ridge. Didn't get much playing time there, so he was shipped to the Dashers, and he actually excelled in Danville. Played very, very well with the Dashers, and it seemed like his career was getting back on track. Then he gets moved to another franchise, and he gets moved again. Final piece of the puzzle, Mark Poser. Now, Poser is a stay-at-home defenseman. With how thin Watertown's roster became over the summer, you can use a guy like him. You can use a rock in your defensive zone to clear the puck out. So in that sense, I think Watertown made out better because of the players that are, I think you're going to say, yeah, awesome. I'm going with this and I'm running with it. Poser's the one that I think is going to gladly say, yeah, I'll play for Watertown. Andrew Uturo, I don't know how he feels about things. But just the top two players, Tate Leeson, and it just doesn't make sense. And do I know and understand the business? A little bit, yeah. Do I know all the details? No, I don't. But on the surface, this just seems like a very odd and probably not good trade. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe we'll all be surprised. Maybe I will be in 2 months. Maybe I will be saying, you know what? I was wrong about this. We'll see. All right, a slew of signings. Let's just kind of go through these. A lot of signings over the last few days, and I'm just going to list them here. Starting with the Danbury Hat-Tricks, re-signing Josh LaBelle, great offensive defenseman, plus 97, 556 shots on goal in 198 games played. They signed Nikita Ivashkin. Yes, I am aware of the controversy of this signing. I'm very well aware of it. We'll see what happens. Ivashkin, as far as I know, is still currently in Russia, so we'll see what happens. And then Josh Newberg. He comes back. He, of course, played most of the year with the Hat-Tricks last year, and he's a face-off specialist. He doesn't score a lot, but he is a gritty guy. He goes digging in the corners. He'll get in your face if he needs to, and he wins face-offs, a lot of face-offs. So that is his niche. All right, Athens. They signed Jordan Rosenbaum, a guy who played 4 years at SUNY Brockport, which is Division III. They signed defensiveman PJ Demetrio. He spent the last 4 years at Newman University, also D3. And goaltender Josh Rosenzweig has re-signed. In 2 years, he's gone 25, 15, and 2, a 290 goals against, a 914 save percentage, and a shutout. Port Huron, they signed a new face, defenseman Romeo Terrain out of Castleton University, D3, stay-at-home guy. Columbus, they signed a lot of defensemen. This is the trend I am seeing, is that teams are starting to want to focus on their defensive side of the puck more than the offensive. Not that they're forsaking offense, but they recognize we've got to make sure we can take care of things in our own end. And that is very, 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 very important. Defensive play, the quality of defensive play in the Fed has improved drastically in the last 3 years. Anyway, Columbus. Defenseman Hugh Anderson is back. 52 games played, 9 points, a plus 14. Not flashy at all, just a solid, solid player. Topeka, one of their draftees, Zach Papapetros, who played last year for Athens. After a good career at Castleton University, he played 12 games with the Athens Rock Lobsters, impressed them so much that they said, "You're on our playoff roster," and he played the 3 games. 7 points in 12 games played, and a plus 9 in just 12 games as a rookie. So Papapetros, I think, is going to be a very big part of Topeka's blue line core. So he is signed. Carolina. This was interesting. Defenseman Richard Colarusso, who was with the Zydeco last year, played 4 games as he came in late in the year. He was released by Baton Rouge, and then the very next day, he signs with the Carolina Thunderbirds. 5 games on his Fed resume, but that doesn't really say much. This time last year, Brody Thornton had 5 games on his Fed resume, and he had a dynamic year. So let's see what Richard Colarusso can do. Also, a couple signings by the Ice Cats. Trevor Lord has signed. Huge signing here. 38 goals and 85 points last season. Trevor Lord was 4th in scoring in the entire league. Fantastic player. He has just gotten better and better every year. They also signed defenseman Jordan Popoff, who split last year between the Columbus River Dragons and Danbury Hat-Tricks. 34 games, 7 points. Big, gritty presence on that blue line. Monroe, they signed, this was announced early, well, actually, it was announced late Sunday evening. They signed forward Derek Dubé-Plouffe, who played most of the year with the Knoxville Ice Cats in the Ice Bears, Knoxville Ice Bears in the SBE. 6 goals, 22 points, and he spent 5 games on the roster with the Trois-Rivières Lions, who won the Kelly Cup this last year. He was on the roster. I don't believe he played in the postseason, but he was on the roster. So, yeah, he is signed with Monroe. We'll see what he can do. And then the final signing is kind of a signing in reverse, but I understand the situation. The Binghamton Black Bears, Dakota Bond, who has been just all-world defensiveman for them in the last 2 years. He's got some family commitments. He wanted to be close to home this year, and so he has signed with the APHL's Ridgetown Royals, which, if you don't know, that is in the panhandle of Lower Ontario. Brand new team this year in the APHL, the Ridgetown Royals. Bond has signed with them. Will he play down the road back in Binghamton? Maybe, but we don't know. So those are our signings. Just a few topics, but again, please let me know again in the comments down below. Do you like that rule, the no return rule? Do you think it's a good idea? So is it something that the Fed should explore doing? I think so myself, but I'm always welcome to differing opinions. As long as you're kind and nice, it's all good. So let me know what you think. Also, make sure to hit subscribe and like. Also, make sure you're following me on Facebook. Always, always, always. That's where all the news, as it comes down, I print it there, I relay it, and then we talk about it here on video. But make sure you're following me there and on the Flash Audio Network as well. I do appreciate all your support and your comments and your conversations. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful week. Our next broadcast will be on the Flash Audio Network on Thursday, our midweek report. And that's something we're going to continue through the summer and into the regular season as well. All right, thank you so much. I am Gary Ryan for the Fed League Flash. Have yourself a fantastic rest of the week.